Welcome to this video, Launching New Music, Lesson 4, Leverage Your Fan Base. Here's where the fruits of your list building labor really pay off. You now have potentially hundreds of fans or thousands on a list. They have engaged with your nurture sequence. A handful of them may have even purchased from you already. But about 100% of them are excited for new music. There they are, getting excited about your new music to come out. Literally nothing is more exciting than your favorite band releasing new music. Now is the time to use their excitement and support to help you launch. So how to leverage your fan base via email. Pre-saves. This is for distributing music on streaming platforms. The more pre-saves, the better chance of getting in favor of streaming algorithms. Pre-orders. You can ask for pre-orders months before the album is expected to release in order to help pay for some of the upfront costs of ordering albums, CDs, etc. Merch sales. Got new merch to correlate to a new album? Let your fan base know. Special experiences, early bird offers, tier offers. All of these are the reason they are on your list. Make sure to have some of these ready in advance. So here are some examples of special experiences, early bird offers, and tier offers. Personalized video messages. Record a cool thank you or whatever the fan requests within reason to send to them after they purchase your pre-order or getting early bird offer or a tier offer. The earlier they get it, they purchase something, essentially the more stuff they get. So this is when you can really invite them to be part of some really cool stuff. I actually did personalized video messages with my launch when I did my launch back in 2019, even before I knew it was actually something you could really do. I just did it on my own. You can also offer autographed copies of the album. Obviously, your autograph is free, but it kind of means something extra to a fan. Offer this for free for the first 50 to 100 purchases. So this is like your early bird offer. So you can even do this as a tier offer. So like tier 1, when you purchase this between now and whatever, 2 weeks from now, and you're part of the first 100 purchasers, you will get our autograph on the album for free. So they pay for the album, you autograph it for free. Later, that autograph copy might be $10 extra or $15 extra. So here's some examples of how pricing tiers work. So first tier might look like t-shirt and autographed album for first 25 orders equals $30. So that's a really good deal. So you're basically giving them a t-shirt for $15 and an autographed album for $15. That's a steal, right? So that's first 24 orders. What you try to do is give them like a really no-brainer price so that you can get those first 25 orders secured. Then the next 25 orders might be $35. The next 50 orders might be $40. And after that, no autograph, and basically the t-shirt bundle with it becomes $50. So it's $25 for each, the t-shirt and the album or whatever. These work and inspire people to buy faster. You just have to let them know what each tier is offered up front so people move quickly. You can also do a contest for first all pre-order buyers. Win a meet and greet or free tickets to show or even an hour-long Zoom chat. So for the first 100 buyers, we're going to all invite you to a live stream session that we're going to do, whatever it is. So that way they actually have an incentive to jump in and buy quickly before these offers go away. Kickstarter and Indiegogo do these types of promos with great results, but you don't even need to use those platforms to do it yourself. Here are some examples of incentives. This is from a real Kickstarter from the band The Dreaded Laramie. So their first pledge was 25 or more. This is the homie. Thank you for helping us get one step closer to making our dream. It includes digital download of the album, digital booklet, personal thank you via email. $25. It's really an expensive offer if you're thinking about all you're getting is a personal thank you, a digital booklet, and a digital download. However, if you're actually trying to support a band you really like, you know, that $25 is actually kind of cool. It's like a donation more than anything, but you're still getting the music as well. Then the true fan, a digital download of the album, a hat, a sticker, and a handwritten thank you, not just an email. And that's $55. And then there's the super fan. And then this is a signed vinyl of the album, digital download of the album, hat, sticker, handwritten thank you. And again, you can see how these have 27, 13, and 16 backers there. People are actually doing these, right? These are real people supporting this band. Then they got even bigger. So like the pledge of the roadie of $100 or more, invitation to pre-release listening party, signed vinyl of the album, tote bag, digital download of the album, hat, sticker, handwritten lyrics, handwritten thank you. 34 backers here. So that's $3,400 right there. The fifth Laramie, get all the B-sides and outtakes. You're practically in the band. Exclusive demos of each song on the album and all the B-sides. 8-bit version of our EP, which just had released the year before. Invitation to pre-release listening party, signed vinyl of the album, tote bag, and all the other stuff that they include in all the other tiers. And then there's the producer, pledge $1,000 or more. You can see 4 people actually did this. So they made $4,000 from just this. Get credited as an executive producer for the record and hang with us as we play a house show at your house, or we'll book a show in your city if you'd rather not host a house show. So then they actually say, well, they'll come through your city and actually host a show. And then there's a few other things in there, obviously. And then there's the boss, pledge of $9,999 or more. No backers here, but you get to name the album and everything else. So you basically become the producer, the person, right, that's running it. If you add this all up, it's obviously a lot of money. They actually cleared their $20,000 goal and got over $21,000 overall. And during their early bird rounds, those prices were lower as well. Then when a certain amount sold, the early offers expired. If you just manage this yourself, you don't have to pay Kickstarter any fees either. But you have to have a strong relationship with your fan base via email. For all launches, you need to create an email sequence to send to your list. At this point, you need to email pretty heavily. After all, this is why you created the list. This is also why fans join the list. They want to support you in launching new music. And remember this statement? Top digital marketers suggest your followers need to see something more than 7 times before they take action on it. So you need to set up about 15 to 20 emails for the sequence. And that's not a joke. So let's talk about your launch email sequence. I'm going to kind of break it down here. Email 1, you're basically going to let people know of the announcement in tiers about 1 to 2 weeks before the pre-orders go live. Email 2, remind people about pre-orders going live about 4 days before they are live. Email 3, the day before pre-orders are live, send a reminder. Email 4, send on pre-order live day and make sure to highlight the tiers by buyers or date deadline. So if it's the first 100 buyers or by this time next week or in 2 days or whatever, however you want to set those deadlines and those tiers. Email number 5, send when first tier is close to selling out, or conversely, if sales are slow. So then the subject line will say something like, whoa, early bird incentives are going fast. Even if they're slow, you can still say that. Even if they're slower than expected, you can still say it's going fast because to anybody's knowledge, they're going faster than 0, right? Email 6, let people know when tier 1 expires and remind about urgency of tier 2. So basically you're saying that first offer with all that cool stuff is gone, but don't forget to get this other stuff that you can still get before it goes away as well. Then email 7 is let people know when tier 2 is about to expire. Email 8, let people know when tier 2 is expired and remind about urgency of tier 3. And then email 9 is send 24 hours before end of pre-order. So, hey, you got 24 hours before all these pre-orders and before all our offers, other than what you're just going to get on, launch day. And then 12 hours before end of pre-orders, you're going to send another email to remind them, hey, the countdown is on. If you have reviews from media, tastemakers, whatever, make sure to start adding them into the emails. Basically, as soon as you have some, you can say, hey, guess what? Here's a reminder that tier 1 is expiring and tier 2 is about to come on in. But check out what Brooklyn Vegan said about us, or whatever the tastemaker might be. Email 11, send 3 hours before end of pre-orders. And then email 12, send an announcement 3 days before album is live and ask for pre-saves. And then 13, reminder about album release and pre-saves the day before. And then number 14, announce album release day, the day of the release. Number 15, ask for reviews of album and repeat announcement of live. So this is when you're actually going to ask your fans to review the album. Email 16 might look like, after a first week, highlight wins and ask for more help to get over next milestones. So for example, you might say, we've already sold 200 copies of our vinyl. That's great. It's a great first week. We've also hit X number of things on streaming, X number whatever. We've been number 1 on, Sirius XM or whatever. And then you can just say, hey, help us reach that next milestone, because the fans are there, again, to support you. They are your powerhouse, right? They're the thing that moves your machine forward. Announce tour plans on number 17 if you're going to do tours. And then obviously that's to help to promote the launch. And then ask for pre-order of tickets. So if they live in those cities, you say, hey, pre-order these tickets now. And then it'll help us make sure that we can come to your city more often. Create a contest that will be redeemable for the tour based on album purchases. So this is email number 18. So for example, if you have bought our album before 1 week before tour starts, you'll be entered to win a free meet and greet at one of our tour stops. Email number 19, give 24-hour notice on any contest ending. And then email 20, announce contest winners and give final highlights of the album release. So this is when you can finally say, hey, we've done it. We've done certain goals. We met certain milestones, all that stuff. If you don't tour, then you don't have to mention that necessarily. However, you can definitely help your case to sell more albums if you do tour. If you have any wins, try to thread them throughout the emails. Example of launch wins, good press reviews, fan reviews on your store or via direct feedback on social media or email. Hit milestones of units sold. Hey, we just hit 1,000 copies. Accomplish something you've never done before. We have never sold 200 copies in one day until now. Any other media coverage or big news? So let's take some action. Plan out your incentives for fans to get during your pre-launch. Decide how many buyers each tier will have or set by date deadline. Set up your email sequence to announce pre-orders and tell people about the tiers. Continue the email sequence to announce the public release of album and tour if applicable.